This is corrections for the homework due on either Friday, January 27th or Monday, January 30th, depending on which section that you're in. So, homework corrections. We were using an image that says hi, and it's made out of 4 rectangles and an ellipse. So we're making a program that mimics that. So the first thing I need to do is make the size of my output window, making sure I have a comma between those 2 parameters, the width and the height. And now I'm going to choose a background color. In the picture, it's blue. I don't care if your pictures or your colors are the same. That's totally up to you. So I've gone up to Tools, to the Color Selector. I'm going to click Copy to copy this blue color, paste it in there with Command V rather. All right, so now I'm going to start the H. So the first thing is I noticed in the picture there are no outlines. So that is the no stroke function. Takes away the outlines of the shape. So there isn't any black or other outline to the shape. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a color. Again, if you want to pick a color that's different than the color that I'm picking, that's totally fine. I think it was kind of an orangish red. So I'm going to do Fill and then Command V to paste in that color. And then I'm going to make my first rectangle. I'm just going to pick 100, 100 as a start position. So the upper left corner is going to be at 100, 100. And this rectangle is tall and thin. So I'm going to make it 50 pixels wide and maybe, let's do 200 pixels high. And let's take a look at that. That looks pretty good to me. So then I want to, so that's 100, 100 up in this corner up here. I want to leave some space and make another tall, skinny rectangle that has the same dimensions starting at this point. So if I start at 100, 100, and it's 50 pixels wide, that's 150 pixels. So maybe I'm going to have leave 50 more pixels as the space in between. So I'm going to start this one at 200 pixels over 100 pixels down. So another rectangle, 200 pixels over 100 pixels down. And I'm going to give it the same dimensions, 50 by 200. Notice I don't have to repeat the fill because this fill will apply to all the shapes after this. So now if I run this again, got the 2 uprights of my H. So now I'm going to put a line in between, or a rectangle in between them, or actually I think I'm going to make a square, 50 by 50 square in between them. So if this is 100, 100 and it's 200 pixels high, I want to go down maybe, let's say, to 75 pixels down to make start that the center of the H. And again, if it's 100 pixels over and 50 pixels wide, this is going to be 150. So I'm going to say 150 pixels over and then 175 pixels down. And I'm going to make it 50 wide and 50 high. Let's see how that looks. All right, that looks pretty good to me. Now I'm going to leave another space before I start my eye. So if this is 100 and this is 200, that's 250. I'm going to leave another 50. So I'm going to start the eye at 300. So I'm going to make another rectangle at 300 pixels over. I'm going to start it at the same height as I started the middle of the H. That was 175 pixels down. And then I'm going to make it 50 pixels wide, the same width as the uprights of the H. And then if it starts at 175 pixels down and I want it to get all the way down to 300 pixels down the bottom of here, that's going to be 125 pixels high, I hope. Let's see if my math was correct. Hooray! And then the ellipse was right on top of it. So that's the, so if this is 175 pixels down, I'm going to make an ellipse that's 50 pixels high, 50 pixels wide, but we're starting from the center of it. So I want to consider that radius here is only going to be 25. So 25 pixels above 175 pixels down is 150 pixels. So I'm going to make an ellipse at, and we have to consider horizontally. So again, if this is 300 pixels over, it's 50 pixels wide. Again, ellipse, remember, the x and y are in the center, so that's be 325. Again, considering that radius of the ellipse can be 25. So I'm going to say 325. What did I say? 150 down? And then I'm going to make it 50 by 50. And there you have it.